Yeah, so gambling streams have been very huge lately because a lot of big streamers have been doing it and getting paid a lot. So let's go through what's been happening. You'll see why it's such a big problem. So the first article says top Twitch streamers fight over sketchy gambling streams. Gambling streams are nothing new on Twitch. For years, streamers have sunk money into slot machines and poker, often in conjunction with casino websites. Though allowed on Twitch, these channels have a history of engaging in sketchy behavior. Recently, some of the biggest names on Twitch have adopted high-rolling lifestyles, leading other big names to question whether they're leading impressionable fans down a dark road. In many cases, gambling streams are the result of sponsorships from companies with plentiful skin in the game, who often provide streamers with referral codes and currency to blow during broadcasts. While streamers are required to disclose sponsored ads, they do not always note that they're being given money with which to gamble. Big money streams make for tense viewing, punctuated by the odd $400,000 payout, but also content that is very straightforwardly advertorial in nature. Oh, and streamers also make money. Big money, to hear them tell it. Over the weekend, popular streamer Miskiff said an unnamed company offered him $35,000 an hour to stream while gambling on their website. Okay, let's let that sink in for a second. $35,000 an hour, okay? Who has that hourly, okay? During a stream earlier this month, Ross revealed even more eye-popping figures, mistakenly opening Discord DMs in which a crypto casino called Dual Bits seemingly offered to pay Ross and other big-name streamers $1.6 million a month, which Ross turned down because of a better offer from another site that included referral code money and paid expenses. XQC also recently revealed his payouts, albeit in a more confusing fashion, suggesting that he lost $300,000 because he gambled outside of a sponsored stream, effectively providing free advertising, but won almost $3 million due to genuine addiction. Jesus, this money is crazy. The last part is a big point of contention among streamers. Gambling can be addictive, not to mention illegal in some places. Advertising gambling websites means implicitly encouraging people to gamble. This has resulted in months of criticism directed at the likes of XQC and Trainwreck. Quote, I see gambling's become kind of effing big these days, popular streamer and YouTuber Moist Critical said during a stream back in April. I was watching and it seems a bit dangerous, I think, when you see one of your favorite streamers get a huge payday and you're like an impressionable 15 or 16-year-old. The criticism has only gotten louder in recent times. Twitch needs to ban gambling streams full stop, Asmon Gold said on Twitter last week. The amount of BS and pitfalls that this is going to create in the next 6 months will F this website in so many ways we don't even realize it yet. Just look at EU gambling laws. Anyone could see this would not end well. Not everybody outside the slot machine gambling meta is fully against it. Ludwig, who famously streamed for 30 days straight earlier this year, sometimes does sponsored poker streams and believes that it only becomes a problem when, quote, it's perceived that the person is gambling their own money, but they're instead gambling money they were paid for. Over the weekend, he defended gambling in response to criticism from speedrunner and streamer Clint Stevens. Quote, does he not effing get that people's careers on Twitch last literally like years and then it goes away? Ludwig said. A few effing years. While not directly responding to Ludwig, Pokimane, one of the most popular female streamers on Twitch, took aim at the idea that it's necessary for big streamers to bet the house on gambling streams. Let's be honest, if you're getting an offer from a casino sponsorship, you're already a multi-millionaire, Pokimane said during a stream over the weekend. You need to be a multi-millionaire? I feel like once you get to a certain point of wealth, you have so many options available to you to generate more income. Like, you're so insanely privileged, even just investing properly. Not even looking at what you're investing in and putting in a random Vanguard whatever fund and letting it sit, you're making free money. I feel like it would be a good idea for people to sit down at that point and be like, what am I okay with doing? What is ethically or morally maybe just not worth it? Pokimane also called on Trainwreck specifically to acknowledge the, quote, other side of a take, namely that gambling comes with many downsides. Back in May, Trainwreck actually did this while gambling. Quote, you should not gamble, he said at the time. No cap, you should not gamble. Just watch me gamble. Don't gamble. This is very bad. You're going to lose. You're going to get effed. The same advice I give for this, I give for even crypto investing. Whatever money you put into crypto or gambling or whatever the hell, assume it's already gone. In a moment truly characteristic of this entire trend, however, he managed to spin this into an ad for his referral code, which ups the, quote, rake back or regular return of a portion of entry fees of those who use it on the gambling site in question. He advised that only degens who already gamble use the code. Everyone else, do not effing gamble, Trainwreck said. I'm telling you, it will ruin your effing life. You know, it's just kind of hard to really, you know, respect someone saying that when you are gambling. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe if he chose to stop and like recovered from perhaps being a little addicted to gambling. But while you're actually actively doing it on your stream, don't do this fun thing that I'm very fun and having a good time showing you. More recently, Trainwreck has defended his gambling streams as, quote, authentic and transparent, and has taken aim at streamers who use, quote, fake balances to eliminate the risk of losing their own money. He also said on Twitter that he gambles off stream because I actually love gambling. In his own life, XQC seems to believe that the last part has become a problem. Though he previously brushed off complaints surrounding his gambling streams, he began singing a different tune early this month. I get addicted to things very, very, very easily, XQC said during a June 1st stream. I noticed that my brain's kind of going crazy, so I have to stop. However, he resumed streaming slots just a bit over a week later. Earlier today, in his own Twitch chat, he once again committed to quitting. I want to stop gambling for good, he wrote. I'm taking my shit out. I'm gonna force myself to. I'm a withdraw it, put it on a physical, and lock it away. I mean, this is an interesting discussion. Gambling is interesting to me. Admittedly, like years ago, I did blackjack. So I don't know if that's like better, but I mean, it still is gambling. I did some sponsored blackjack streams, but I mean, I was very clear in like the position of being sponsored to do it. I mean, we only did it for, I think, 2 streams. 3 streams at the most. I've never felt gambling was as bad as people make it out to be. Like, when I did those gambling streams, like, I ran into issues with other streamers who were like, oh my god, why are you doing that? Oh my god, no, like, don't do that. To me, it wasn't like a big deal. It didn't really, like, yes, people have gambling addictions. People get addicted to video games. People get addicted to cigarettes, to drinking, to like, there's so many vices that people get addicted to. So to me, you know, I never really felt like, oh my god, like, what is wrong with doing this? That being said, I feel like for me, first of all, I don't have an audience of under 18-year-olds. My audience is primarily above the age of 21. I also don't have an audience of like, you know, tens of thousands of people. So my impact on doing a couple gambling streams, which literally paid for months of rent, it was like, it was pretty crazy. You know, I feel like it wasn't like that big of a deal. I think that streamers, like, you know, every streamer has their own level and weights of influence. You know, with that comes responsibility. And I feel like these bigger streamers who have a very impressionable young audience of teens, they need to be more responsible than, you know, someone that's maybe smaller and, you know, probably can get away with a little bit more. Not saying that they shouldn't have responsibility, but I feel like larger streamers do carry more responsibility. Here's the thing. Even though gambling is definitely an adult thing, as is drinking, playing mature rated games, smoking, like all these things, right, that people do on stream, I feel like Twitch is really like, should it be banned from Twitch? I don't know. Like, I feel like at least at the minimum, there needs to be better sorting of streams that do show mature content. Like, not everyone should even be able to see that mature content exists on the site. I don't think Twitch does a good enough job of age screening people who are coming into a chat. Like, there needs to be more enforcement of rated mature streams. Like, literally, if you go to a mature stream for your first time, it says this content is mature, and then you just hit okay and you're done. You never have to hit that button again. There's no age verification. Like, I don't even know if that's even legal, because I'm like, anytime I've been to, like, even on Steam, every single time I want to look at the page of a mature rated game, I have a warning, I have to verify my age, and then I have to confirm that every single time. On Twitch, it's one time and you just hit start watching. There's not like any age verification or anything. That's not a good look for Twitch. Twitch is now known for ASMR ear licking, like, you know, microphone up the butt streamers gambling hundreds of thousands of dollars on stream, being degenerate. Those are not the headlines that I think Twitch is looking for, and it's really going to affect their advertiser base. If they yanked running ads on Amaranth's stream, like, I don't see why they wouldn't yank ads from these streamers as well. As much as I feel that gambling it's not like a good thing, but I don't think it's as it's not, to me, it's like more of a neutral, like you just have to be adult and mature about it, right? Like that's my opinion. As much as I feel that way, I just think, you know, advertisers just feel way worse about it. Like they are very, like they're gonna bounce. So we have more to talk about. So let's continue to dive into this. So this is an article by BuzzFeed. Is it time for Twitch to ban gambling on stream? Now, some of this might have some repeated information. I haven't gone through all of these. We had Pokimane. Pokimane also makes a good point that we didn't really talk about. Like these people are millionaires, maybe already multi-millionaires. Okay, these people that are doing these gambling streams are already like, you see how much they're being offered, $35,000 an hour. Like now that is a lot, but like for these streamers, that's like not far off from what they would make from doing other sponsored streams. Whenever you see someone with a couple thousand viewers, they're making, and they're doing a sponsored stream, like they're making thousands of dollars an hour, if not 5 figures and up. Okay, the streamers that are doing these streams are huge already. They're huge streamers. They're rich beyond their needs. They're taking these opportunities that are just like, it's like, why are you doing this? You don't need this. Like you're just causing so much damage to your audience just for money. Like that makes you a shitty person, honestly. And I understand that not everyone is like, you know, the highest of ethical and moral standards. And I'm not saying that you have to be. I mean, come on, at least have like maybe a baseline of like come on, like you can't say no to something like this. That's been one of the main criticisms of slot streams. The people playing sometimes get deals with these online casinos and offer voucher codes to viewers to get extra money if they start playing. This is all very concerning to Keith White, Executive Director of the National Council on Problem Gambling. Uh-oh. An organization that deals with gambling addiction but retains a neutral stance on gambling itself. We absolutely believe that the current environment leads to and likely exasperates gambling addiction among vulnerable viewers, both adults and in particular children or adolescents. He said there's plenty of evidence that watching gambling can trigger the urge to gamble yourself. It also normalizes the act. You tend to take less precautions and you may be more likely to engage in that activity. The other issue, he said, is legality. Most popular slots platform on Twitch is Stake, an online casino that uses cryptocurrency. It is currently illegal in the US, but streamers can easily access it using a VPN service. This sentence alone, if you live in the US and you're streaming on this, like, isn't that kind of like, hello? Like, that's a breach of Twitch TOS. Like, you can't be doing illegal things on your stream. Like, earlier this week, Kotaku reported streamers have been offered thousands of dollars to play certain online casinos, which declined to comment when reached by BuzzFeed News. The site lists resources for gambling addiction, but they're not displayed on gambling streams. The community guidelines prohibit illegal activity, but do not specifically mention illegal forms of gambling. The guidelines also say that streamers must comply with the FTC rules when disclosing paid endorsements and advertising. Those rules aren't always followed. It's very clear that there is a highly monetized ecosystem of referrals and rakebacks and paid promotion that provides very deceptive gambling content with no transparency and high risk for abuse among the promoters and addiction among the viewers. Slot streamers are very well aware of the criticism. Last week, slot streamer Trainwreck tweeted that he discourages other people from gambling like he does. I tell people not to gamble very often, especially when I win, and that they will always lose. I gamble more. But you can't say that while you're winning. Like it just doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. You can't be like, as you show people that you're winning, be like, no, you're gonna lose. People are gonna be like, you just won. I think I can do it too. Why can't I? Like, of course. Like what? Like. It doesn't work. It's not effective. Like, you're not actually like making an effort. If you really truly cared about like conveying a positive message, you would not do it on stream. You would turn down this sponsorship money. You would do it privately for your own recreation. At least one slot streamer, XQC, has decided to call it quits. He didn't return a request for comment. Recently, as Dexerto reported, XQC said that while he thinks gambling streams are legitimate and entertaining, he's going to stop because he is slightly, if not moderately, addicted. He apologized for exposing viewers to it. Miskiff encourages Twitch to take action against controversial gambling streams. This was recent. This is 2 days ago. Streamer and OTK co-founder Miskiff has called on Twitch to intervene as he is concerned for the influence it could have on viewers. Gambling streams have dominated Twitch discussion in 2021. High-profile streamers such as XQC have been engaging in the practice streaming sponsored content on slots. The criticism towards Trainwrecks has since turned into concern as he admitted to losing over $2 million in one night after gambling off stream and stated his aim to chase his losses. Dude, this is literally like the definition of degenerate gambling. $2 million in one night. Yeah, so if you guys are wondering how much money these people have, these people do not need gambling sponsorship money, okay? They don't. They are set. On his July 10th Twitch stream, Miskiff was asked about his thoughts on the Trainwreck situation as he called on Twitch to intervene. I give 2 Fs what Trainwrecks does, but the reality is that it's illegal. He said, do I think Twitch needs to step in and say, hey, no more sponsored gambling streams? F yes, it's terrible. The amount of gray area is disgusting and something needs to be done for it. We all can agree on that, right? But do I blame Trainwrecks? As Asmongold said, you can't hate the player, you have to hate the game. I hate that that's a thing. I think that's terrible, but do I hate Trainwrecks for it? No. Major content creators, including Pokemon, Asmongold, and Moist Critical, have all spoken out against gambling streams in the past, with the latter slamming the practice as dangerous to younger viewers. Trainwrecks hits back at Ethan Klein's claims Twitch gambling is just ripping off kids. Trainwrecks has hit back at Ethan Klein's claims that he's ripping off kids and breaking the law by getting paid to gamble on Twitch, calling him a know-it-all who thinks he's very smart. This literally sounds like a 12-year-old boy. Yeah, you're a know-it-all. Like, okay. Like, you're getting called out accurately, and that's your retort. Nice. Trainwrecks has been a central figure in the Twitch gambling stream debate. He's done everything from telling people not to gamble themselves and watch him do it, instead to slamming viewers who criticize him and even claims his own streams are more authentic than other streamers. But despite all that, and despite losing $2 million off gambling off stream in July 2021, I can't believe I just said that without like flinching. Like, he doubled down on his stance after H3H3's productions. Ethan Klein called him out for ripping off kids and breaking the law before moving to Canada. However, he specifically called out Trainwrecks for moving to Canada to circumvent the laws and continue his own... Oh my god, he did. He's moving to Canada so that he can legally do it. But he's already breaking the law this whole effing time. Yeah, so why hasn't Twitch done anything about it? Oh yeah, I forgot. Twitch only lets women off easily. It's only women that get away with things. It's only women that can, you know, just go on and do things and never get banned. Twitch just never punishes women. To summarize the situation that's happening right now, at the minimum, Twitch definitely needs better restrictions on mature content and better enforcement of those restrictions. I feel like there are probably a lot of streamers that don't use a mature tag, even though they should. And I just don't feel that the mature warning is really enough to properly age screen viewers and make sure that underage viewers aren't watching content that has drinking, gambling, you know, mature games, nudity, stuff like that. I don't think Twitch is definitely not doing enough in terms of at least the bare minimum of what they should be doing. Now, in terms of, you know, maybe there needs to be a special filter for mature streams. Maybe they shouldn't be appearing like in the mix of normal streams. Like maybe they should be separated in a separate category or something. You know, I don't know if there needs to be more steps taken to protect underage viewers from mature content. I feel like if Twitch doesn't do anything more, that they are going to be facing some serious repercussions, either from the legality, the questionable legality of this gambling content, or maybe something that's just more broad with enforcing, you know, age restrictions. Whether this content should exist on Twitch or not, I feel like there could be an okay way to do gambling streams. I don't think that the streamers that we talked about today, like a lot of the big streamers, are really doing it in that way that could be okay. I think a lot of these streamers do have a younger audience. They have a big audience and they are gambling a lot of money that just isn't really relatable. You know, so you see someone with $17,000 in credit, like gambling, you know, $160 a slot. And, you know, that just kind of makes it for those that are watching to be like, oh, I need to gamble more. You know, if they were doing like penny slots or something, like if they cut the stakes down, I get that that's not very exciting. So I guess I get that they wouldn't ever do that, but at the same time, it's just a very dangerous thing to promote. And I'm glad that XQC sees that he has developed an addiction and that it is a bad thing to translate to the viewers. It's unfortunate that the other streamers are very clearly experiencing symptoms of addiction and just not being able to realize it and just continuing to double down on their stance. I tend to always lean towards, like, I don't know, Twitch shouldn't censor too much content, but I think that something definitely has to be done here. Otherwise, I think it will come back to Twitch. I think that a streamer losing $2 million overnight, even if it's off stream, you know, I think that that's something that Twitch needs to kind of step in and be like, hey, I don't think you should be doing this on stream because you're not like being a good model here.